Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney back for another edition of CWN Predicts. It is Sunday, November the 22nd, 2020, which means only one thing, and that is 30 years of The Undertaker tonight. And I am excited. It's got that Royal Rumble feel. It's got that WrestleMania feel to it today. I am so excited to be able to watch Survivor Series tonight. And like I said, this is the prediction show for CWN. As you can see, everything's decked out in purple today. So in honor of The Undertaker, of course. I tell you this, I love The Undertaker. I wasn't a huge fan of him, to the point I was buying his merchandise or anything like that. But with that being said, he has been a legacy, a legend, so to speak, for the past 30 years. And we all see it come to an end tonight with the final farewell. But like I said, WWE Survivor Series 2020 taking place live tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. on the WWE Network, as well as the kickoff show taking place live tonight, 6 p.m. Social media, so Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, as well as the WWE Network. And I understand the Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube thing, but I am not, this is probably my age kicking in as well, but I have no idea what the TikTok thing is. I know it's an app. I know what kids do with it, but to my knowledge, I thought it was only like 15 minutes, or not 15 minutes, 15-second little music videos and stuff like that. So I guess it's a generation thing, but I'm sure if my teenage daughters there were wrestling fans, they'd be watching on TikTok for sure. But yeah, like I said, it's a kickoff show taking place for free, social media, as well as WWE Network. So the main show itself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. And then the kickoff show has one match itself. So 7 matches in total. I'm going to go through those. I'm going to make my predictions here, as well as pay tribute to The Undertaker, at the end of my predictions here. But kickoff show announced dual brand battle royal. So WWE Smackdown taking on WWE Raw. So if you have 20 guys in the ring, 10 will be Raw, 10 will be Smackdown. I'm trying to think who's not in Survivor Series itself that needs the push, so to speak. And so when you look at some of the matches, you look at some of the participants in this and that. Miz is already over there on Raw. He's already got that Money in the Bank briefcase. So who do you put in this match that could come out and win? Do you put a Randy Orton in this match, or do you give him the time off? I have no idea who's going to actually take this match. If I were to take a shot in the dark, take a guess, I'm going to say Akira Tozawa is the winner of the Battle Royal from Raw. There is probably the biggest shot in the dark. And if it was Vegas odds, I would be probably winning like $100,000 just by making that prediction. But I'm going to say Akira Tozawa from Raw to take the Battle Royal at the kickoff show there. So you know what? I'm going to say it's going to be interesting. But like I said, it'll be 10 guys for each. So it'll be interesting here. We've got some people following along. So Sean Bates, of course, of Scumbags of Wrestling, as well as CWN, says BSK is in the house. And I saw a picture, I think it was Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet that posted on Twitter with regards to BSK 20 years ago versus BSK now. A lot of them still look good. Some of them look worse off, but it is Taker's crew there, so to speak. So BSK in the house, as Sean put it. He predicts here Big E to win the Battle Royal. I didn't even think of him, but that would honestly make sense. What do you do? Do you give him a championship match for winning the Battle Royal, or just give him bragging rights? And then Debbie Stoyles says, love Reigns, but I hope McIntyre kicks butt. So thank you very much for those comments, guys. So like I said, we will get into Survivor Series predictions here. I just did the kickoff. So like I said, Akira Tozawa is my pick. Sean Bates looks like he's got Big E, which would make sense as well. But yeah, like I said, we got 5 matches. It's 6 matches, sorry, on the main card. So main card has 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw featuring Braun Strowman, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Riddle, as well as AJ Styles taking on Team SmackDown, which of course is Seth Rollins, King Corbin, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, and Otis. If I'm going to say who's going to win, I'm going to say, based on the fact it's Raw and they had Retribution beat up on Strowman, Keith Lee, Sheamus, and Riddle. AJ Styles, he wants to be the leader of the group. AJ Styles also wants to get back in the championship picture. So I'm going to say this: AJ Styles is the one to win for his team, and he's sole survivor. That is my prediction there. So AJ Styles for the win as far as the 5-on-5 men's traditional Survivor Series goes. Next match, 5-on-5 women's Survivor Series elimination match. So we got Team Raw: Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Lana taking on Team SmackDown, which is Bayley, Natalya, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott. So if you want to put this win on somebody who deserves it, somebody who kind of needs it, it would be Bianca Belair from SmackDown. But it wouldn't surprise me to see Lana take this, considering the fact there's been talks of giving her a push. There's I think a WWE Chronicles series or story coming up about her. So if I were to say from Raw, it would be Lana. From Team SmackDown, it would be Bianca Belair. When you look at the championship picture over there on SmackDown, besides Bayley, who do you got? I mean, you got Carmella, but that's only going to last so long. As much as I want to see Bianca Belair win, this is a WWE pay-per-view, so my pick officially is Lana, and Team Raw takes it. So Lana for the win in that one there. Next match, United States Championship United States Champion Bobby Lashley taking on Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. I'm going to say I'd love to see Sami Zayn win, but based on all his talk and based on the fact that he just won't shut up and he's that annoying heel, I'm going to say Bobby Lashley for the win in this one to make the Hurt Business look strong, to make himself look strong, and to kind of, I think, push Sami eventually, probably by the end of the year, I would say, out of the IC title picture. So yeah, I'm going to say Sami Zayn loses, Bobby Lashley for the win. Raw Tag Team Championship. I want to say championship matches, but they're not. It's champion versus champion. So you got Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day, taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. So who needs this more? And I'm going to say the Street Profits with this for the victory. So I'm going to say, for them to be as young as they are and hungry still, I'm going to say the Street Profits for the win, defeating the New Day here. So that is my official pick there. Semi-main event, second last match of the night. Raw Women's Champion Asuka taking on SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. Do we see interference? That's the biggest part about this match here, is whether or not, Carmella gets involved. Asuka doesn't really have any enemies at this point, unless, and I don't know for sure, but this is a big pay-per-view. And if they bring back Charlotte Flair for this, I can see her attacking Asuka. I mean, long story short, they've always wanted to set up the 4 horsewomen of the MMA versus the 4 horsewomen of WWE. I think this could start things again. Now, I know Becky Lynch, is about to give birth, but she would be, I think, as long as everything goes great health-wise, be able to come back for WrestleMania. Regardless, you could have a 3-on-3, so you could basically have Ronda Rousey return as well as Charlotte return tonight, and then basically have like Shayna Baszler and Jessamyn Duke, as well as Mia Shafir, one of those two, basically tag along with them for WrestleMania. But I'm going to say Charlotte Flair makes her return tonight, attacks Asuka. Sasha Banks picks up the win. And then Sasha will have, I think, a feud with Bianca Belair. I think is inevitable. I think probably by the Rumble at the probably the latest. But obviously Carmella is next in line in the future over there. And then last but not least, the WWE main event for Survivor Series. WWE Champion Drew McIntyre taking on Universal Champion Roman Reigns. This is going to be interesting because you've got Roman Reigns, who is new and improved. And I tell you this, before he went heel with Paul Heyman, it was like, okay, Roman Reigns is back, no big deal. And now all of a sudden, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, and especially with Jey Uso by his side. And then you get the tie-ins to the Samoans, and Sean Bates had mentioned BSK earlier on. Why not book him strong? Drew McIntyre is WWE champion. He beat Brock Lesnar at the Big Show in the same night. He won back the title from Randy Orton. But I think Roman Reigns is way too powerful, way too strong right now, way too many allies as far as his family goes, that, you've got both Usos, so to speak, who could interfere in this one. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Roman Reigns for the win, and especially, I was talking WrestleMania. Rumor has Roman Reigns facing The Rock at WrestleMania, so I think that'd be phenomenal. But you've got to keep him strong until then. So, Roman Reigns, I'm going to say, wins this, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out here, because next pay-per-view, I think, is TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Not sure the exact date yet, and they haven't officially announced it, but that would be the December pay-per-view. But like I said, you've got to keep Roman Reigns strong all the way through till WrestleMania. WrestleMania, or at least Royal Rumble there, until The Rock makes his return. So guys, dual brand battle royal, like I said in the kickoff show, I'm going to say Akira Tozawa takes it. The 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. Like I said, I'm going to say AJ Styles takes it. As far as the women's go, I'm going to say Lana takes it. United States champion versus IC champion, I'm going to say Bobby Lashley takes it. Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day taking on SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. I got to say the Profits take it there. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. I'm going to say Sasha Banks wins, thanks to interference by Charlotte Flair. And main event, like I had said, I'm going to say Roman Reigns beats up on Drew McIntyre there. So those are my predictions officially. And we'll see how well I do when I do the recap show right after Survivor Series. And they've got a list of the WWE Network for 10 o'clock to end by. And, obviously, WWE is notorious for overruns and this and that. So we'll have to wait and see. But like I said, usually I go 15, 20 minutes post pay-per-view. So as soon as the pay-per-view is off the air, usually I get the recap show up within 20 minutes after that. So that will be live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitch. So a lot of stuff going on today as well. So 30 years of The Undertaker, like I had said, Thursday, November 22nd, 2020. Sorry, 1990, not 2020. Today is 2020. But Thursday, November 22nd, 1990 is when The Undertaker officially made his debut in the WWE. I remember it like it was yesterday. I watched Survivor Series 1990 about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Still Roddy Piper's, look at the size of that ham hock, that and Gorilla Monsoon marking out and him looking strong, and he towered over everybody. And, Dusty Rhodes is on the other side of the ring. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Coco Beware. Who else? Brett Heyman Hart, of course. It was a strong showing for The Undertaker when he debuted with Brother Love there. So that was 1990. And then 30 years ago was, his debut, and 30 years ago to the day. So November 22nd, 1990 is when he's made his debut. So personally with The Undertaker, like I said, I've always respected the guy, but I've never been one to kind of, buy his merch and this and that. But I've seen him, and this is the top of my head, I've seen him wrestle at least 6 times live. And the biggest one that I've seen him wrestle was WrestleMania 18 against Ric Flair. Now, he was the American Badass, so I've never fully gotten to see the current Undertaker gimmick come out. It's just I'll tell you this, that entrance is the greatest entrance of all time. Right before I went on the air here, I was listening to the Undertaker's theme song just to kind of hype myself up. But that theme, that entrance is absolutely phenomenal, and I don't think I've ever got to see it fully. But WrestleMania 18, I got to see the American Badass against Ric Flair. WWF Raw, I get to see him against Test in 2001. That's when Edge and Christian broke up. Christian turned on Edge. That was in Toronto. In Your House Breakdown 1998. I get to see him there, but he was alongside Kane. That was when they double teamed against Austin, and Austin lost the belt. And the very next night, the Joe Louis Arena, I think is when Austin came out and jumped off the Zamboni. Smackdown taping 2003, I get to see him. Again, the American Badass. I was front row for that. That was kind of cool. I get to see him against Sid 1991 here in London, as well as Tugboat in 1991 here in London as well. Those were both at the London Gardens. The Sid show, the Sid match was kind of cool because of the fact with Taker, I think Sid Powell drove him, or not Tombstone, but power bombed him 3 times, and that was what it took for him to get the win. And originally it was supposed to be The Undertaker versus the Ultimate Warrior, and then the Ultimate Warrior, obviously I think it was, I guess that would have been right after SummerSlam 91, the whole, him running out $250,000 or something like that. Anyways, long story short, I've got to see the Undertaker about 6 times, and phenomenal. I never got to see the actual entrance live, but his entrance, no matter if it was against Kamala at SummerSlam 92 or WrestleMania 30, I get to see at a big screen at a movie theater, which is kind of cool. But his entrance is the greatest entrance of all time, as far as I'm concerned. I'm talking about The Undertaker, who he is as the dead man, not as the American Badass. Speaking of the American Badass, though, the American Badass code for WWE 2K Battlegrounds hits tonight. I think there was one that already hit. It probably expired already. But the official code for the American Badass for WWE 2K Battlegrounds is taking place tonight on WWE Survivor Series. So look for that code. I've got Battlegrounds myself, so I'm looking forward to being able to play as the American Badass, The Undertaker. WWE The Bump taking place today, 4 p.m. on social media as well as WWE Network. Obviously, the whole entire day has been Undertaker tributes. Twitter right now has blown up, as far as tributes to him, all the way from Matt Hardy to Chris Jericho to Vince McMahon to Shawn Michaels, of course. I've got the WWE Network on in the background right now. Again, another tribute to The Undertaker, on the network itself. But like I said, WWE Bump taking place today, 4 p.m. on social media, WWE Network. So if you're a fan of The Undertaker, you can't get more than enough today. Top 10 Survivor Series shows of all time. I'm releasing number 1 today at 5 o'clock p.m. on CWNonline.ca. So my past 9 top Survivor Series are ranked there. And then number 1, like I said, will be released today at 5 p.m. Yesterday was the infamous 1997 Montreal Screwjob. So check that out. But a lot of memories with that one there. As well as WWE Watch Along taking place tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. So you can basically stream that as well as watch Survivor Series at the same time. If you are more interested in the commentary of the Watch Along gang, you could put Survivor Series on mute. Don't know why you would do that. But tonight on YouTube, 7 o'clock p.m., like I said, WWE Watch Along, featuring Rey and Dominic Mysterio, JBL, Kelly, Jinder Mahal, Angel Garza, and more. And then 2 more things here before I sign off. Number 1, the Broken Skull Sessions, The Undertaker. 1 more round at 10 o'clock p.m. That is what's listed on WWE Network right now. Like it says, if Survivor Series goes on an overrun, you'll see Broken Skull Sessions happen after Survivor Series. But like I said, the most important thing, CWN recap. So PVR that, or, put us on simultaneously and get my thoughts on Survivor Series, as well as the results, as well as the recap and what I thought of the show in its entirety. Because beyond those 7 matches that have been announced, it's the final farewell to Taker. And you've got guys like Papa Shango, Kama. You've got guys like, I think Tim White is going to be there as well. Kane is rumored to be there. Mankind, Mick Foley may be there as well. But it's going to be interesting because it's paying tribute to the Undertaker, but I think a lot of tears are going to be shed by a lot of people tonight. So, but like I said, CWN recap taking place live tonight, 10 p.m. ish, about 20 minutes after Survivor Series ends, on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Twitch. So, guys, that is that. If you are watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, hit me up with a like or a subscribe. I'm still new to saying all that, but guys, I would appreciate it there. If you want to hit me up online personally, at Chris Maloney, CWN is Twitter as well as Instagram. You can share your thoughts with me about Survivor Series feedback at CWNonline.ca, or just feel free to post some comments below the videos, whether or not you're on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. And that is the best way. Like I said, feedback at CWNonline.ca, or follow me on social media at Chris Maloney, CWN. That is the best way to get in touch with me there. So that is it for now. That is it for CWN Predicts Survivor Series 2020. Like I said, 7 o'clock tonight p.m. on the WWE Network. I got to slow down with my words. But guys, it's been great. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And like I said, guys, I will see everybody again post Survivor Series. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the final last ride, so to speak, of The Undertaker. And, we'll see you guys back here about 10 p.m. ish. Thank you very much, guys.